Dear Dr. King, it's us again. We who gather to remember and rekindle the embers of the same flame that flared in you. We gather again because it is time. And at this time, our nation finds it has come to a cross in the road. Once again, we are being told that we should be violently afraid, goaded by the fear that we have made a second-rate nation, that our station was once great, and we can be great again.
And within our body politic, there is more than a filament in many, resonating sympathetically at that claim. There is a feeling, an immense sense of shame, that something has shifted, that a split or a rift has occurred between us, and the lifted we were supposed to be.
Dr. King, we are here today because we love this country dearly, though we feel weighted down and get weary and sometimes forget what you and Gandhi and Whitman meant by a love of country that knows no limits. For now it seems that so many of us, yelling loudest and proudest of loving America and being American, seem to hate so many of America's citizens, at least those of them that are living in Black bodies, living in Latino bodies, living in Muslim bodies, living in gay bodies, living in those, the real me you don't see doesn't fit this bodies.
Dr. King, when you spoke of love, you called it a marvelous new militancy, one that would overtake the land. Well, we need it. We needed to petition, no, to command, a positive new patriotism, one that demands we not recoil at the thought of laws meant to keep guns out of the wrong hands, a new patriotism that demands we help those who have fallen on economic hard times to stand. We need patriotism to mean caring enough to make sure a child's hunger goes away so she can sleep at night, or mean health care is a right honored anywhere in America without a congressional fight, without partisan hysteria.
A patriotism fueled by the realization that a great nation ensures that all can afford higher education, that to enlarge and enrich each citizen intellectually effectively raises the nation's collective capacity to think creatively and consider critically, so that our democracy doesn't fall prey to a clownish and perverted brown-shirted inanity, to a hypnotic and demagogic insanity.
Patriotism as that drum major instinct you spoke of, marching us toward love, toward service, and not the self-serving call of you were born to serve us. A patriotism that goes deeper than swagger or bluster or surface or flag waving, but a patriotism that has lived civic virtue, acts with ethical purpose, is morally behaving, as if Black lives actually mattered, as if every American is worth saving.
Dr. King, we need that music that played in you to play in our ears, to block out the insistent din we hear, the squawk of hawks seeking to mangle and strangle the better angels of our nature, those who intend to ignite the ethnic and religious hatreds you dreamed would end. Dr. King, we know you were not perfect. You were a flawed man in a long line of flawed men. But still we have come here to resurrect, reflect, connect, remember, to more profoundly understand how your words can help preserve and perfect our union as we move along this rocky road to the promised land.
Words like unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word in reality.
An individual has not started living until he can show concern for all humanity.
We've been in the mountain of war and violence and hatred long enough.
It is necessary to move on now, move to the oasis of justice.
Let us hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope.
We may have all come over on different ships, but now we're in the same boat.
We fail to get along because we have not truly communicated with each other.
We will soon perish together as fools unless we learn to live together as brothers and sisters.
So, Dr. King, we need to find you within us now. Need these words to continue to plant seeds somewhere, somehow. We need to believe that right, temporarily defeated, is stronger than evil triumphant, and that human salvation lies in the hands of the creatively maladjusted. And if this is the case, then perhaps we can find ways to communicate and create across and within this faltered space, communicate and create as if we were all part of a centuries-long jazz song.
A composition in which we are all musicians trying to blend our various multifarious additions into an evolving tune, a tune in which we sometimes serenely ride afloat in the spaces between notes, and at other times find we must musically muscle to make more room.
And often this musical muscling is angry and abhorrent, and our eyes brim and our tears torrent, and our chests heave with national heartbreak, so to ease that ache we open our mouths, And what comes out is the wail and scream of a country's contusions. What comes out is the sound of each bruise that refuses to readily come to a conclusion. So we keep screaming because we don't know what to do with this song we've let become so jangled and discordant for so long.
But then, Dr. King, this day comes around again, and we all have a chance to breathe and recall you speaking of the highest possible human good. The dream of transforming this jangling discord into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. So we have come here to learn how to keep on strumming, how to keep on drumming, how to keep on humming in search of that note that feels like the true one, like a resolution, and we find it. It is a blue one.
We must never allow ourselves to become satisfied with unattained goals.
We must meet physical force with the overwhelming force of the soul.
I may not get there with you, but I want you all to understand
That we as a people will get to the promised land.
So, Dr. King, we have come here today on tired feet made of clay to both salve and sing our scars through our thirst, dried throats, and blood-stained mouths in the midst of this present American darkness, but looking forward at a drinking gourd made of stars. Today we will sing, 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 Dr. King, like the instruments you've made us believe we are.